Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Choochin on a Thursday afternoon. What is choochin? It can be a noun, it can be a verb. If something's going along real good in life, you say, well, that's choochin along pretty good. If something's working good, that car's running good, man, that thing was really choochin good while we were driving across country. It can also be a noun too. We're going out for a little bit of chooch like we do here, a little bit of a talk. You may think the term was originated by one pug life, forget about it. Back in the 1990s when I was working overseas for the Royal Bank of Canada, I worked with a lot of guys that were chooching all the time back then and talking about it. I was arguing with a friend of mine today, and my friend is, I was saying, you know, sometimes you got to put up proof, and we were talking about the situation of people that serve in the military and what they really owe people. And we got beyond that question to what do we really owe, this person said, what do we really owe anybody on YouTube? And of course the answer in its most raw form is we don't owe anybody anything on YouTube. But yet, YouTube, like any organization, is a society, and it is, in a big way, it's like a tribe, and there are certain tribal rules that hold. Most of us, if you think of the distribution of people on YouTube, the big bell curve, well, most people fit under the middle part of the bell curve. Like me, there's nothing special about our lives, right? We didn't save anybody, pull anybody from a burning building. I didn't serve in the military, you know, nor did I rob a bank or become notorious and things like that. So most of us fall within that big bell curve, and we pretty much live our lives and we say the things that we did, and it doesn't get much play. Which is normal because we're under the bell curve. But when you get out one or two standard deviations from the norm, I was in the military, you're still good to go, but I was in the military and I served in this theater, I served in that theater, I was injured, I fought this health thing. All of a sudden you're a human being within the tribe that really is outside of the norm, so of course you're gonna command a tremendous amount of attention. And for a long time, people were going to let that go, but a lot of people are going to be curious, especially as in military people that serve. And people who are in the military, they live that experience for years. They know the nomenclature, they know the terms, they know the questions to ask people. They know the dates. They know when conflicts occurred. They know when service people were in certain theaters. And it falls on them to sort of be the distinguishers of truth within the tribe. And do they have a right to check it out and be satisfied that somebody is as they claim to be? Of course they do. Or else you see that you become ostracized from the group and, well, you're pushed out of society to the margins. Is it easy to get back in? Yeah. Is it painless to get back in? Yeah, I think it is, which is often why I wonder why there's so much faulty raw. You can gather all the honor and all the glory of your daring do and your deeds and your falling 40 feet into a flaming table and all that kind of thing. When it comes time to put a few simple things out to support what you say, and then you pull the rug out from people and ask them just believe on faith alone, forget it. This is 2018. I remember a couple years ago when I really got called out. Did you really serve in China? Not serve, but did you really work in China? And of course I worked there for 5 years, 1991 to 96, and I never told any glorious tales, sometimes some funny stories about being in China. But I eventually got called out from people that said, you know, that's kind of outside the norm, right? To be over in China and be able to speak Chinese. And yeah, why don't you just show us a little proof of that? And I had to trot out my passport with dozens of pages and extensions of every Asian country on planet Earth. And, you know, it did the job, plus my business cards and all that. So It comes a point where pride and the ability to validate what you say and to stand up and stand your ground should hold sway. You know, you should care enough about that, about your life, to be able to proudly say, hey, this is what I did, and here's the proof of what I claim I did. Otherwise, well, you see what we have today. Not an unusual case as far as YouTube is concerned, but, you know, maybe a little bit unusual because the claims are so big and the proof is not forthcoming. Hey, you know, you can be anybody you want to be on YouTube. But don't be surprised if people go poking around sometimes and say, hey, you know what? The emperor really has no clothes. Thanks for watching, everybody, and chooching along on a Thursday afternoon.